What up, my peeps? It's your knucker, Big Rucker. I'm coming at you with another action figure review. This time courtesy of Hasbro Marvel Legends. We've got the Disney Store / Hasbro Pulse exclusive X-Force 3-pack featuring Richter, Marvel's Domino, and Marvel's Cannonball. Especially interested in that Cannonball. You all are probably already aware, but if you look in the packaging, you see what is new, special, and different about Cannonball this go round. So we will investigate that momentarily. Anyhow, talking about the packaging, it is a 3-pack, as you can see, and it is the standard 3-pack packaging. We've seen this style packaging before. This, as always, you see the Marvel Legends logo above, Marvel Legends series. You've got the 3 figures. Below, you've got the X-Force logo, if you will, along with the names of the characters, and you got Hasbro. Looking at the sides, it'll be, because it's a 3-pack, it'll be too close to the camera to get it all in. So we're going to do this one at a time, going from top to bottom. We've got Richter at the top, and as you can see, it's kind of like trading card style artwork with his name and, of course, the character below. But yes, we're kicking it off with Richter. Next, we have Domino. Riding at the bottom, we've got Cannonball. It's the same on both sides, so we're only going to do this once. On the back, we have that same type of artwork in trading card style. You've got the Marvel Legends series logo to the left of us, and of course, we've got the X-Force logo to the right. You've got the legalese, and you've got the Hasbro logo down below. You've got the X logo at the top, and of course, more legalese at the bottom. Taking a final look at the figures in the packaging. Looking at this 3-pack, looks very nice in packaging. Fortunately, these are in user-friendly or collector-friendly packaging, so it also serves as a great sense of storage if you got the room to be able to hold on to boxes. But no, obviously, because it's 3-pack, it's not associated with any waves, so there are no Build-A-Figure parts. What you see is what you get, and it's a fair amount, but we will investigate that further when we get them out of packaging. Here we have our X-Force 3-pack out of the packaging and standing before us as they were in packaging, with the same hands, same heads, no weapons, no effects, nothing like that. Just we're looking at them as is, just to see what they look like out of the packaging. We will investigate all 3 of these characters up close and personal, like we always do, but wanted to get them all together. We're going to start off with Richter and work our way to our right. Richter comes with these. They were originally saluting hands for Captain America, and also they've served as running hands for Quicksilver, the 616 version, and swimming hands for Namor. But now we've got them for Richter because normally when he displays his powers, his hands are extended out like this, fingers extended out like that, and they're usually together like that. So cool that they included them with this set. The paint apps, the green fingerless gloves, they're pretty spiffy on mine. Richter also comes with these effects. We've seen these, I don't know, a million times already, something like that. Close. Am I close? But yeah, we always seem to get these. Hopefully Hasbro will do away with these. Hopefully these will go the way of the Copycat. But for now, this is what we have. Here we have Richter up close and personal. I'm glad that I started with him first. I know I just wanted to go left to right, but an ulterior motive is this is the first time we've gotten this character in Marvel Legends form, and yeah, it also helps us to get closer to the completion of that 90s X-Force team with the addition of Richter here. So that is another, another reason why I wanted to do this. But yeah, we're looking at him up close and personal. Let's take a closer look at his head sculpt. Here we have Richter up close and personal with his head sculpt. So you can see what the features look like. Richter is of Latin descent. He's Mexican, and I just wanted to see how well he'd be represented. It looks like his skin tone, his complexion is of a color that we would normally associate with Latinos, and so I'm glad about that. They got him rocking the long hair as he did back in the 90s. His the eyebrows are looking on point. His eyes are looking cool, so I'm glad about that. There doesn't seem to be any splotches with the paint as far as his hair. Turning him around, you can see that there is no wash in the hair, but they do have it flowing, so that's always cool. So he does have the hair going on. Can't front on that. Got him back to the front. We're going to go up a little bit. You see he's got the bandana around his neck, green. He's got the silver shoulder pads, big shoulder pads, like how they was rocking in the 90s. You see the X on his chest, his torso, and his shoulders are in blue, and then he's got the tassels. He's got the tassels right there. Going further down on the hand, you see he's got the gloved hands, fingerless gloved hands. Going to the torso again, he's got that belt, and there's the tassels again at the right there at the bicep. Got the gloved hands again, and the wristbands. There's the belt from the back. There's the belt from the back. We've got, looking at going further down, he's got the boots that are knee high. And as far as the bottom boots, he's got the spikes. Richter's rocking the spikes on those boots. So pretty cool. Going back down. Got him sitting back down, standing, I should say, down again. And let's zoom out. Looking at Richter's articulation, his head isn't going to do too much. It's on a ball hinge. He can go down that far. It is somewhat impeded by his bandana. He's not going to get basically anything going up because of his flowing locks. You're not going to get anything in the way of attitude. He can turn left or right, but you're going to get some impeding because of his hair. But once you get past it, you can still get him to do something. As far as his arms, he can move them out to about 90. He can rotate them 360, but of course the shoulder pads will get in the way, so keep that in mind. He's got bicep swivel, which is hidden by the tassels. He's got double jointed elbows. They are pinned. He's got swivel at the wrist, and of course he's got the hinge there. His ab crunch, he can go forward that far, back that much. The great thing, when he goes back, they painted it through, so that's great. You don't lose anything. He's got waist swivel, so he can rotate left and right. Hips can go out that far. He's got a thigh cut. He's got double jointed knees. They are pinned, but one of the pins are hidden by his knee pad. He can point his toe forward that far, up that far. He does have ankle pivot, and he's got holes peg holes, the bottom of his feet. Here I have Richter side by side with Thunderbird from the Thunderbird Storm 2-pack from a couple years ago, year and a half ago, something like that. And you can see where Richter takes his cues from, especially when you're rocking the tassels. So they didn't deviate too far. It's amazing what you could do when you just change up belts, hands, wristbands, etc., boots, and of course head sculpts to just change up a character. Here's Richter with his saluting or straight fingered hands along with one of his effects, and immediately we see two things wrong. Unfortunately, he cannot get his hands together to perform his how he usually engages his power set. The only reason I got them this close, they're being forced because of the energy effect, and then that segues to that energy effect really doesn't suit the nature of Richter's power. So very unfortunate. He would have definitely benefited from some butterfly joints. I used this effect with Shocker because I figured that was more appropriate than the bubble effects that he came with. Some people actually think that the bubble effects look good with Shocker, or look appropriate with Shocker would be more accurate. I beg to differ. The same thing with Richter. By the way, if you are unaware of Richter's power set, it's just as his name implies. Richter, he has seismic abilities, aka he can cause earthquakes, localized earthquakes. And I think that these look more suitable, but of course, because of how wide they are, they can't keep his hands clasped. I do have smaller versions of this. They came so that they can extend out. If I have one small enough that I can get around his hands to keep them clapped together, and then place this larger one on top of it, I think that'll look crazy. Next up is Domino, and but is it Domino though? This actually turned out to be another mutant who goes by the name of Copycat. Her powers are similar to those of Mystique, meaning that she can transform and look like anyone she wants to. I don't believe her powers were as extensive as Mystique's. I think she had some limitations that Mystique doesn't have. Mystique can actually change into creatures, believe it or not. But I don't know if Copycat was able to do that. I say was because she met her demise. But yeah, she was posing as Domino in this particular outfit and appearance. So we got her as Domino. That's what she's listed on the box, so that's what she's gonna go as. And let's take a closer look at her. Included with Domino are these fisted hands, and they're just molded in blue plastic. Domino also comes with this futuristic style gun. It looks like a reverse version of Star-Lord's weapons. But you see they're molded in black and they're painted in silver, and it is silver. It's not that plasticky kind of look, so that's pretty cool. Domino also comes with this rifle style weapon. I don't think we've seen this before. I could be wrong, but nothing comes to mind, so this might be the first time we've seen this. It's also molded in black plastic, and it's got silver paint. It's got some nice detail to it along the muzzle. You've got the same on the other side there. So she comes with a fair amount of accessories. So here we have Domino, or Copycat, or whoever you want to classify her as, up close and personal. As we can see, she's she's molded in that same blue that you saw with her hands. Her face guard is molded in a pinkish kind of plastic. along with her shoulder pads, more of the shoulder pads there, and she's got some more of that pinkish, whatever, magenta, whatever color that's supposed to be, at other parts of her costume. But let's get closer, even closer up, to check out that face. Looking at Domino's face, you can see that it's, if you know anything about Domino, you know that she has a chalk white complexion, and her left eye is surrounded by black. That part of her complexion is a pitch black with just a pupilless eye, and that's where she derives her name from, Domino. The lips look good with the red paint, and you see once again that headdress that I was talking about, that pinkish color. It's molded in that. Her hair is also jet black, as you can see. Turning her around so you can get a better look at it. And yeah, so jet black. There's not really too much to Domino in terms of, like, you know, she's chalk white, her complexion, with that we'll call it that black eye. And of course the white extends to her neck going down. You see the shoulder pads, and the buttons at the top of her blouse is also in that, they're painted in that same pinkish color. She's got 3 of them there. Looking at her arms going down, you see right there at the tricep, she's got that pink serving as like armor, I guess, armor plating to protect. And then there's another band right there just below it. Then you go further down and you see on her forearm she's got more of that pink, the arm guards, we'll call them. Looking at her torso, you see that she's got the belt, and that's also in that pinkish. That's also molded that way. Got the same thing going on with her right side there, and going down to her leg, you can see that around her right thigh, she's got that band, that thigh band, and it also is molded in that pink. So you see that her legs, the outside blue, the interior from her lower torso, the crotch area, if you will, and the inner legs are painted white. I'm looking at mine, and that's not very clean. There is some jaggies in there. Same with the other side. You can see that clearly. It is what it is, I guess, going all the way down. And her feet are molded in that blue. So turning to her back, you see the same thing, basically nothing new, nothing different. It's basically just plain. So that's what it is with our girl Domino. Checking out Domino's articulation, her head is on a dumbbell. It's on a dumbbell joint, so she can look down that far. Since she has a short haircut, she can look up that much. You can get some Domino style attitude, and it appears that, yeah, her neck is also on a dumbbell joint, so you're getting a lot of range there. And of course she can 360 it up. She can move her arms. She can get her arms up. It looks like close to 90. Well, not really. I don't know if that's just because I'm having a difficult time, or that's all you're getting. I think that's all you're getting. Her arm will just go that far. She's got a bicep swivel. So since I said she has a bicep swivel, you guys have to know what comes next, right? She's got double jointed. Oh yeah, double jointed. Can I get it to work on camera though? Yeah, that is. She's got double jointed pinless elbows. Gotta love that. She's got a wrist swivel and hinge. Cool. She's got diaphragm articulation, and this is better than most, even though it doesn't look like much, which tells you how bad it is with the females with the diaphragm. She can get forward that much. She could lean back definitely better. She definitely can give you the side to side and left and right. Her hips, being a female, you know she doesn't have waist articulation. We get it all at that upper torso. She can spread her legs that far, lift her legs up that much, a little bit better than 90. She's got a thigh cut. She also has double jointed knees, but they are pinned, unfortunately. She only got the half treatment. And her feet, she can point her toe that far, up that much. She's got the ankle pivot, and of course she's got the toes. The toes. She's got the holes, the peg holes, the bottom of her feet. It should be noted, on her right hand, the wrist hinge is vertical. So that lets you know Domino is right-handed because they equipped it that way. Here's Domino displayed with her rifle. And here's Domino with that futuristic weapon that she comes with. And it should be noted that if you were wondering which side is up, obviously you can go with the silver should be up, but if that slips your mind, there is a trigger, so you'll know just automatically one way or the other which way is up when it comes to this weapon. Here's Domino with her dukes up. Here's Domino from the 3-pack next to our previous version of Domino from the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure wave. That was a Deadpool wave. And you can see the differences in the costume. You can also see that I've got warped leg syndrome. Bringing up the rear is quite possibly the most controversial figure from the last few years. We have Cannonball, and lo and behold, we have Cannonball with legs, and therein lies the controversy. The first time we got Cannonball, he had no legs. First time we got Cannonball, he was like this. This is how he came. He's even out of frame because he is taller. I will give him that. I'm going to try to move him back, so hopefully he'll get in frame. He's in frame enough. But yeah, that was the issue. Cannonball came and he had no legs. No legs at all. So he was always powered on, and some people wanted to be able to display him vanilla or, depowered in some sort of way, shape, or form. But Hasbro took a couple years, but they corrected that error. So let's take a closer look to see what they've improved upon or changed. Cannonball is the lone figure that comes with an additional head sculpt. This head sculpt was the one that was on the previous version with the gritted teeth, like he's engaging his power or getting ready to go into a fight. And yes, the same exact one. He's got the goggles. That's the word I was looking for, y'all. He's got the goggles above the head, and looking at the hair, you see that it's got some brushing in there, so that's cool. He's got the straps for the goggles for the headset, and there's a better look at his hair. So that is, once again, this is the same head sculpt that the original Cannonball came with. Cannonball also comes with, and this time it's as an accessory, his blast effect. And we will go over the differences with the original. The paint apps are different, and we will take note of those. But yeah, all it is the same blast effect, and you install it with that peg hole right there. Here we have Cannonball up close and personal, and you can see that this is a more neutral head sculpt. The goggles are actually bigger than on the original head sculpt. Let me bring that in real quick so you could see the differences right there. So yeah, it's definitely a different set of eyewear that my man Sam Guthrie is blazing. And yeah, he's got the purple jacket, and that's primarily his color scheme is purple, different shades of purple, and there's white in there, and he's got some gray. But we'll take a closer look right now. Taking an even closer look, you could see the skin tone is on point. It is different from the previous version, and we'll see that after we do our up and down. Going up and down, going down, he's got the purple jacket. You could see that his shirt is of a grayish color, and that symbol or that stitching, however you're supposed to be, I think that's how he laces the shirt up, closes it, in lieu of buttons. That's like a bluish gray, as well as that internal collar, if you can see that. Obviously the jacket collar is purple, almost looking like something for King Cobra, the way how it flails out there. And underneath you see there's gray at the shoulder pads, both sides that way. You see it's the jacket has got some gray designs on either side there, looking pretty cool. Going down his arms is just the molded purple, and his gloves are gray, molded in gray. Same thing with this side. Going down again, we get to his waist, and you see his belt, which is sculpted on. He's got looks like some type of capsules. I don't know what they would be for. You see that the front of his crotch area is white. If you go around, it turns to purple, and then when you get to the back, to the rear, it's all white there. It's purple. Going down his leg, which is what that's supposed to symbolize. And when you get to the boot is gray with white striping, large striping. They're like calf guards, shin guards, I should say. Calf guards, they're shin guards. And he's got that on both sides there. Get it back in frame. Yeah, back in focus. And his boots are just that gray. Turning around, plain gray in the back of the boots. And you see that white that's on the interior of his legs. And going all the way back up and turning him around. And there's our boy Sam Guthrie. And for those of you that don't know, you'll understand his power set when we apply his accessories. Cannonball's articulation is as follows. His head is on a ball hinge. He can get it that far back, which is great since he is obviously a flyer. He can go down that far. His straps are like rubbery, so they don't impede him looking down. He can go left and right. No attitude to speak of. Arms. One thing about the arms before I even do that, just like with the previous version, he can only get his arms down that far, which is annoying. He can't get them, from 12 to 6, so that's pretty annoying. But he can do 90 degrees up that way. He can get his 360 on. He's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, obviously pinned because it's the same figure as a few years ago. He has wrist rotation and a hinge. As far as his ab articulation, he's got an ab crunch that he can go forward that far. He can go back that far. He's got waist rotation. He can move his hips that far out. Legs can go that far. This far back. He's got the thigh swivel. Wow. Double jointed knees, pinned. He's got a swivel at the top of his boot. He can point his toe this far forward, this far up. He does have ankle pivot, and he has holes. Oh, I'm out of frame. There we go. He has holes at the bottom of his feet. Applying Cannonball's blast effect is pretty simple. All you have to do is grab both sides and pull. Legs come off. Then just apply the effect. Snap that in, or wiggle it in, whichever goes, and voila, blasting off. Here we have Sam Cannonball with his other head sculpt on, with the gritting teeth, as well as the effects, which we just got through applying. And obviously I usually show the figures with their accessories, and I'm doing so here, but it also helps because we're going to move Sam to the side a little bit and put the other Sam up so they can be side by side so we can see the differences. Let me point his head down some so we can check out the differences. And as you can see, there's definitely some differences that you can see straight up first glance. The first Cannonball has the white shirt, and the we'll call it the stitching or the zipper, whatever you want to call it, at the top of the shirt is purple like his jacket. And you see that, speaking of the jacket is darker purple than the X-Force 3-pack. Looking at the goggles, the X-Force 3-pack's goggles are silver, whereas the previous version's goggles are like a metallic kind of blue. The skin tones are different. The X-Force 3-pack versions is, I want to say it's a little bit lighter, just a little bit. I don't think that they'll match up. Also, speaking of the head sculpts, the headband is different in terms of color too. The X-Force 3-pack is a lighter purplish color, whereas the first version it's a brown. We already mentioned that the gloves are different. The X-Force version gray, the previous version brown, and then the designs on the X-Force version down at the bottom of the jacket, they're gray where they're unpainted on the previous version, and then going down to the blast effects, you see that the previous version starts off at yellowish, translucent yellowish color, whereas the newer version, the X-Force version, you see it's white like steam or smoke supposed to be, I guess. Then as it goes down, it melts into an orange, and then it melts into a red and orange kind of red, whereas the previous version melts into a red, and it kind of sort of blends translucent as it gets further down. And yeah, that's basically the differences between the old and the new. Getting size measurements for our trio here, starting with Richter. Richter is standing about a little more than 6.5 inches, which equates to a little bit more than 15.5 centimeters. Domino is right at 6, which means she's right at 15 centimeters. And then you've got Cannonball, who's more or less right at 6.5, which means he's at about 15.5 centimeters. Taking a look at Sam, aka Cannonball, with his blast effect, and taking a measurement with that on, since he does come in a little taller than that. He is at around 6 3/4 inches tall, and that equates into centimeters. He is just under 17 centimeters. So to sum it all up, you know what? No, we're not going to sum it up yet. Now, to sum it all up, the Marvel Legends Disney Store / Hasbro Pulse exclusive X-Force 3-pack is definitely, in my book, necessary to the completion of, well, you see it in front of you right there, the X-Force team from the 90s. We got Richter for the very first time. Gotta love that. His His effects leave a lot to be desired. That's why you see him posed with my custom effects right there. But other than that, I'm very, very glad to have him. It gets us another step closer to the completion of the X-Force team. Cannonball definitely needed that update with the legs. So now we can pose him in a neutral or vanilla stance, which is cool. And we now have the option of depowered or powered, which is great. We've got Domino, which is really Copycat, but we'll take it because you could either use it as Copycat playing the role, or Domino because she was thought to be Domino for a lengthy period of time. And it was great to get her. We've got some new weapons that came with her, so that's pretty cool. We are one step. All we need, I think, I believe, just Feral. If we get Feral, we should be in there like swimwear with this version of X-Force. So had to include Shatterstar, Warpath, Boom Boom or Boomer, and of course the man himself, Cable, Christopher Nathan Summers, the leader and founder of X-Force. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited. We've got that Tigra body, so Feral has to be on the way, you know what I'm saying, as well as Wolfsbane for New Mutants. So yeah, and with Wolfsbane, it could be with the New Mutants or with some change up on the paint apps. It could be for X Factor, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need Feral for X-Force. But right now, the team is looking pretty good. That's looking very good. I mean, I'm loving how this looks. I cannot wait until we do complete this team of X-Force characters. It'll be cool, but I've run my mouth enough about that. It's time to be out because doing a 3-figure review is lengthy, and I can run my mouth, as you all know. Any of you that's been rocking with me all this time, you already know that. Hopefully you still are watching, and if you are, thank you for sticking around. But to everybody that's rocking with me, thank you for doing that. Please like, share, and subscribe so that way I can get more. We building it as we fly it, y'all. Inching closer and closer to that 100. I'm in the 90s, so hopefully by the next time you guys hear my voice, see a video, I will have cracked that 100, and I will say so when I do. So yeah, that's about it. So once again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smash the bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, let the X-Force be with you. And I'm out. Peace.